Namaste, namaste, and welcome to this short yoga practice. I've been asked just recently to do a practice for people who just wake up feeling stiff and sore and maybe still slightly fatigued and not quite ready to face their day. So this is something that you can do first thing in the morning, and you can do it in bed before you even get up. And it just is a way to start your day on a perhaps more positive note than when you first wake up with that sort of groaning stiffness that we often feel. So for this practice, I'm going to use a pillow, and that's it really. So placing, if you're in bed, which would be great, you want to place your pillow along the length of your spine rather than underneath your head. Quite often we're stiff in the neck and shoulders when we wake up, and so we're going to use the pillow to undo some of that stiffness. So coming to lying down on your pillow with it directly behind your head, it can be as low down your spine as feels comfortable, bending your knees and placing your feet onto the mattress or onto the floor if you're doing this on your yoga mat. And just arranging yourself, giving yourself a little bit of a wiggle. If you're not used to having your pillow in this position, then you might need to sort of work your way to find the right place for you. And then letting your arms come away from your body in a low V shape and turning the palms upwards. That works for most people. If when you get into this position, you feel like you can't let your shoulders, the backs of the shoulders, soften into the support, then play around with the position of the hands. Maybe turn the palms to face each other or turn the palms to face down. And just find which position gives you the best sense of being able to let go of effort across the upper back and that space between the shoulders. Here, making sure that you're comfortable enough. Perhaps there's a sense of letting the back of the head be heavy and certainly rolling the head gently from side to side, nice and slowly, just to ease through the neck. Ease out any kinks that have come from the position that we sleep in. And when you're ready, you can bring your head back to center and perhaps do a little gentle chin to chest and chin lift. So the head staying on the pillow, nice and heavy, but just more of a nodding action. And it's really small and slow and gentle. There's no forcing. Don't press through any resistance you meet in the body. When you're ready, you can bring your head back to center, rearrange your shoulders if things have shifted, and simply breathe here. This position allows the spine to sort of settle out of that neck forward, protruding, rounded upper back shape. And as the pillow supports further down the spine, you get a real sense of being able to be heavy into the upper back, really allow gravity to do the work in this position. So to be here for long enough for that to take effect, we're going to do some gentle, deep breathing, which will further enhance our sense of vitality and restedness. And if you haven't got anything in particular to get up and get on with, you might maybe set an alarm for 5 or 10 minutes. And then if you drift back to sleep, it's not a problem at all. The alarm will wake you up. But here, just finding that soft, deep breath. Remember that every breath in, we draw in the vitality of life, prana, we call it in yoga, the energy of life. And with each breath out, you can perhaps find a softness through the body. Maybe you might even like to sigh out through your mouth 1 or 2 times. To further enhance that sense of being able to let go and allow the body to be heavy here. And it's with that heaviness that we get the effects of holding this posture. If you're able to soften across your forehead, release the area around your eyes, relax your mouth and tongue and jaw. And to prevent drifting away, you can count your breath. You can start by counting the breath down, if you like. So start from 27 as you breathe in and breathe out. And the next breath is 26. And the next breath is 25. Every time you lose count, start again from 27. If your mind wanders or drifts, just bringing it back to this breath counting practice. And as you hold this position, you might begin to get a sense of openness across the front of the body, particularly between the chin and the chest, and between the 2 shoulders across the top of the chest as well. Enjoying breathing into those spaces. And then at the end of your next exhalation, just finishing this breath practice, we're going to roll to one side and ease the pillow out from underneath. So if you're in bed, you would now be lying on your mattress, but we're lying back onto the back again and just beginning with a little gentle pelvic tilting. So pressing the low back down towards the mattress or your mat gently, and then rolling across the buttocks so you lift gently that space underneath the spine. And if you're on a softer mattress, of course, you won't get any space underneath your low back because the mattress will follow you and support your movement. But on the floor, we do this often in yoga classes. So on the floor, you're familiar with the movement and the sensation. So we're just focusing on that gentle tilt. And we want to, because it's first thing in the morning or first thing after a rest, a sleep, and we want to work really carefully to observe the effect of the practice and to make sure that what we do feels good in the body. So a gentle rolling backwards and forwards. And this is designed to just ease any stiffness out of the low back. When you're ready, you can come back into the center, and then here, with a little bit of effort across the belly muscles, allowing the knees to sway from side to side. And it's more useful to have the feet apart to do this than it is to have the feet together, because we're trying to stir the pelvis and the area of the low back and the abdomen and the hips all back into a fluid movement. So if we're really rigid and bring the knees together, then that doesn't offer us the opportunity of movement and spiraling twist that we get with the feet apart and the knees apart. Again, we're not trying to get anywhere in particular, we're simply observing the movement across the body, the sensation in the body, and perhaps having a sense of easing through the body. When you're ready, you can bring your knees back to center, and then bring your knees into your chest. Just hug them towards you a little. We don't want to force the knees towards the chest. So just with the arms nice and long and straight, a little gentle stirring of the knees in a circle, same direction. And that, if you're on a firmer surface, that will massage the back a little into that firm surface. And if you're on a mattress, it's going to have a lovely effect of a much more gentle sensation, which is just as useful. It's good to have balance. Let's stir the knees in the opposite direction as well. And then when you're ready, you can gently bring the knees back to center, and we're going to take the feet down one at a time and stretch the legs long along your mattress or your mat so that the feet end up a little bit apart, perhaps even as wide as the body apart, and just rolling in the ankles. So here you can do this with straight legs, or you can do it with soft knees and balance on your heels, and then experience both. Try it in both ways. We're going to roll in the opposite direction as well, and just feeling the hips beginning to waken up as we move the thigh bones around in the hip sockets themselves. And we're trying to just gently ease through any stiffness there. If you prefer, you can just simply wave the soles of the feet from side to side as if you were waving your hands, and that will have another lovely effect as well. And then when you're ready, you can bring your legs a little bit closer together. They don't have to be touching, but closer together. And we're going to breathe in and take the arms straight up in front of the body and over the head, and reach into the fingertips and maybe point the toes gently away. You don't have to force the feet into a cramping position. Breathe out as you draw your arms back down to your side. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathing in, pointing the toes gently away, reaching the fingers over, hands over the head, reaching into the fingertips, maybe feeling a gentle lift through the belly and the rib cage. Breathing out, arms down by the side. And we'll just do 1 more like that. Breathing in, stretching, lengthening, breathing out. We're going to do the same thing, but this time with the heels of the feet pointing away. So heels of the feet extending away from the body, reaching the arms over the head, maybe pressing the low back down gently, and exhaling the arms back down to the side. Breathing in as you extend the heels away, maybe gently press the low back down, reach the arms, maybe feel the sides of the body, and exhaling, arms down to the side. Just 1 more like that. Breathing in as you lengthen, extending into the heels, feeling the back of the body is long. Breathing out, arms down to the side. And this time we're going to bend the knees in, just a gentle hand on each knee, nice and long in the arms, and make the knees stir in opposite directions. Just a little rock across the back of the body as well here. Going in the opposite direction as well. And then when you're ready, you can let your feet come down to the floor one at a time. We're going to stretch the legs again, and this time reaching the arms up, catch hold of your left wrist with your right hand and just draw your body over to the right. If you want to, you can walk your feet gently to the right as well, just getting a little sense of length down the left side of the body. And then when you're ready, coming back to center, walking the feet back to center, catch hold of the right wrist with the left hand, draw your body to the left, and then maybe even walk your feet to the left as well. That's completely optional. Everything is optional, of course. Just feeling that sense of length down the right side of the body, maybe a deep breath. And when you're ready, walking your feet and your upper body back to center. And then just rolling through the wrists as the arms are up over the head, maybe wiggling your fingers as well, and going the opposite way too. Another really nice wrist movement to do is to wrap your thumbs into the palms of your hands, fingers around thumbs, and roll through the wrists with this sort of soft thumb fist, and then the opposite way as well. It's a really nice thing to do for the forearms, and particularly if you type a lot or you spend a lot of time using a device or writing. And then just shaking out the arms, and you can even lift the legs into the air and shake out the legs. It's quite an energizing thing to do. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build towards a little bit more energy. And then to finish here, yawn, and then observe a little pandiculation. These are stretches where you start from the center and you stretch out, almost resisting the movement. You see animals do it. They sometimes shudder or judder as they do. And this is a really useful way to ease tension out of our fascial layers. So doing a few of these, you might wriggle through your upper body. And when you're ready for your day. You can roll to one side and sit up on the side of your bed or sit up on your mat. And I hope that you feel as you come to an upright position that you've just eased a little bit of tension out from how you normally feel in the morning. And today we did just a short practice of that breathing where we counted down from 27, but you might prefer to start your day with a little longer. And if you're fatigued for any reason, if you have a syndrome or long COVID where you need to take rest in the middle of the day, try this as you come round to get up and energize yourself for the rest of the day as well. I hope you found it useful. I look forward to practicing with you again. Namaste.